Every time you breathe, billions of tiny lives breathe with you. They don't live on you, they live as you. Your body, that miraculous cathedral of cells, is not one being. It is a shimmering ecosystem, a microcosmos of unimaginable diversity, a living galaxy made of smaller worlds. Welcome back to Nightlampcuriosity. Tonight we'll explore the amazing living microcosmos that is part of each and every one of us. Stay with me till the end, because once you glimpse the truth of what you really are, you may never think of the word I the same way again. If we could shrink ourselves down past the skin, past the cells, into the submicroscopic streets of your own biology, we would find something astonishing. Inside your mouth, your gut, your skin, your lungs, your bloodstream, even your brain, are countless communities of organisms, bacteria, archaea, fungi, and viruses, all coexisting, cooperating, sometimes competing, shaping your chemistry, your immunity, and even your emotions. Right now, as you listen, there are more bacterial cells inside and on you than there are human cells in your body. Yes, by sheer count, you are more them than you. Scientists call this living collection your microbiome, and it may be one of the most important discoveries of modern biology. When we mapped the human genome, we thought we'd found the code of life. Then we mapped the microbial genome and discovered that our so-called human DNA makes up only about 1% of the total genetic material that keeps us alive. The rest belongs to trillions of microorganisms, quietly working in partnership. Your body, in truth, is a planet. You are the weather, the landscape, and the gravity that holds a billion species in delicate balance. Let's take a small journey inside. Down in the depths of your intestines lies the gut microbiota, a sprawling metropolis of more than 100 trillion organisms. Each gram of intestinal content may contain as many microbes as there are people on Earth. They live, reproduce, feed and die inside you. And in return, they perform miracles you cannot live without. They break down complex fibers into nutrients your body could never extract on its own. They produce essential vitamins like B12 and K2, and even regulate hormones and neurotransmitters. More than 90% of your body's serotonin, the molecule of happiness, is produced not by your brain but by these invisible citizens in your gut. They talk to your nervous system through the vagus nerve, sending signals that can alter your mood, influence anxiety, even affect decision-making. Some researchers call it the gut-brain axis. Others simply call it the second brain. It listens, it remembers, it feels. You could think of your microbiome as an orchestra of chemical messengers, tuning your inner symphony every second of every day. When you eat, you don't eat alone. Your microbes feast with you. They prefer variety, different fibers, plant compounds, natural complexity. Each type of food nourishes different communities, and those communities in turn nourish you. Scientists once performed an extraordinary experiment at the University of North Carolina. They transplanted gut bacteria from one group of mice into another. Mice that received microbes from anxious donors began to show anxious behavior themselves. Mice that received microbes from calm donors became calmer. It was one of the first clear hints that the tiny beings inside us can shape how we feel. You might say the mind is not confined to the skull. It extends into the body, into the microbiome, into the living field of cooperation that keeps you whole. But not all inhabitants of this inner world are benign. Some are opportunists, microbes that thrive when balance is lost, when antibiotics or stress or poor nutrition weaken the ecosystem. Even then, they are not evil, they are simply expressions of imbalance. And balance, as it turns out, is the secret language of life. Every bacterial colony, every fungal network, every immune cell in your body communicates constantly, exchanging molecules like words in an ancient tongue. These signals regulate inflammation, energy, and healing. When they work in harmony, you feel vibrant. When they fall out of rhythm, the system hums in dissonance. You are not a machine that occasionally breaks. You are an orchestra that requires constant tuning. And it isn't only bacteria. Fungi, too, play their part. The yeast Candida albicans, often thought of as a pathogen, actually lives peacefully within most humans, until conditions shift and it multiplies beyond its niche. In a balanced state, it interacts with your immune system, training it to recognize invaders without overreacting. Fungal filaments reach into tissues like roots in soil, stabilizing the microbial landscape. Your microbiome isn't just microscopic, it's ecological. It follows the same principles that govern forests and coral reefs: diversity, cooperation, adaptation. In the Amazon rainforest, no single species dominates for long. Survival depends on collaboration. Your inner world follows the same rule, and this coexistence has been evolving for billions of years. Bacteria were here long before us, 3.5 billion years before any complex organism appeared. When multicellular life finally emerged, it didn't start from scratch. It arose with bacteria as partners. In fact, the energy factories inside your cells, the mitochondria, were once free-living bacteria that merged with early eukaryotic cells in a symbiotic pact that has never been broken. That ancient merger gave rise to all animal life, all plants, all humans. You are, at your core, the living memory of that alliance. Every breath you take depends on mitochondria, and every mitochondrion carries the DNA of its bacterial ancestors. So when you feel energy, when your heart beats, when your mind dreams, you are literally powered by ancient bacterial life still whispering inside your cells. Science has even begun to explore how these inner symbionts affect behavior and emotion on a planetary scale. In 2016, researchers at Harvard and the Weizmann Institute found that microbes could influence dopamine pathways, altering motivation and pleasure in animals. Another study from the University of California, Los Angeles, found distinct differences in the gut bacteria of people who meditate regularly, suggesting that our mental habits can echo down into our microbial communities. Your microbes listen to your life. They respond to your stress, your sleep, your thoughts. When you are calm, the internal chemistry they inhabit changes, and so does their behavior. When you are fearful, stress hormones surge, and even the microbes shift. This isn't mystical, it's biochemical. You are a feedback loop between mind and microbe, thought and molecule, self and symbiont. And perhaps it's more profound than biology alone. The physicist Max Planck once said, "I regard consciousness as fundamental." Quantum biology now begins to show that even molecular processes, photosynthesis, enzyme reactions, sensory detection, may rely on quantum coherence, a form of unity beyond distance. Inside you, countless such events occur every second. Electrons tunneling, photons transferring energy in exact resonance. If coherence defines life, then the microbiome may be part of a grander symphony. A quantum biological network tuned to the same frequencies that guide stars and atoms alike. Maybe the bacteria within you are not separate lives, but local expressions of the same field that animates everything. In this light, your body is not just a host. It's a microcosmic universe reflecting the macrocosm. Every organism within you is a note in the same universal song. And what about viruses? Though often seen as invaders, recent studies reveal that many viruses are ancient partners too. A surprising portion of human DNA, nearly 8%, originated from viral genes inserted into our genome over millions of years. Some of those genes are now essential for life. One, known as syncytin, helps form the placenta during pregnancy. Without it, mammals could not give birth as they do today. The virus became part of us. In the grand story of life, even infection became evolution. Now pause for a moment. Feel your heartbeat. Every thump sends nutrients through capillaries lined with microbial whispers. Your immune cells patrol, guided not only by your DNA, but by chemical cues from the microbiome. Your body's temperature, pH, and rhythms, all subtly adjusted by microscopic lives harmonizing in real time. In the skin's upper layers, Staphylococcus epidermidis produces antimicrobial compounds that protect you from pathogens. In the mouth, Streptococcus salivarius keeps balance by preventing harmful species from taking over. In the gut, Bacteroides, Lactobacillus, Fiacalibacterium, names like constellations in an unseen night sky, keep the peace. Digesting, signaling, maintaining. You are not one being. You are a civilization. Philosophers have long said, as above, so below. The galaxies in space, swirling and interdependent, mirror the swarming colonies within us. The cosmic web, the neural web, the microbial web, 3 layers of the same pattern. Each scale of existence is a conversation between parts and whole. Each level whispers to the next. The stars give rise to planets, planets give rise to life, life gives rise to minds that gaze back at the stars. And within those minds, countless microbes carry on the same endless exchange, creating thought, emotion, and awareness itself. The universe dreams through you, and you dream through your microbes. It's humbling to realize that what we call self is actually a colony of consciousnesses, but it's also freeing, because it means cooperation, not control, is the essence of existence. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought depends on millions of unseen allies, each fulfilling its purpose perfectly. When you eat, when you rest, when you love, they respond. They thrive on your harmony. You thrive on theirs. Balance is not an achievement. It's a shared conversation between all the layers of your being. And so, when you look inward, remember that you are looking into infinity. You are both the observer and the ecosystem observed, a self-sustaining universe walking in human form. The microcosmos within you is not a metaphor, it's a reality, buzzing and luminous. Each moment, trillions of lives rise and fall so that you can think, feel, and dream. You are the custodian of a universe smaller than imagination, yet as vast as eternity. As you fall asleep tonight, know that you are never alone. You carry galaxies of life within you. They hum softly, maintaining balance, echoing the rhythm of creation. And somewhere deep inside that living network, the same silence that began the cosmos still breathes. A voice made of everything. Thank you for staying till the end, and good night.